Alrighty. Welcome to the show, everybody. So today, we're going to be watching Witch Queen Vidoc. I'm live reacting to it. Let me go ahead and tweet out what we're going to be doing. See if we can get some people in here, maybe. Oh. I gotta have coffee, though. I gotta have my coffee before I get started. How's everybody doing today? Well, wherever you are and however you feel, and whoever you are, hope you're having a great one. I really do. Just one or two things real quick. Then we will get started on this reaction. That will be probably going up on YouTube at some point. As soon as I feel like it. Alright. So... let's get started momentarily. Alrighty. Cool. Alright, well. Let's jump into it. I need to turn the mic down a little bit. Jeez. Apparently I'm really loud today. Alright.
I know what you're wondering. What is true and what is false?
The Witch Queen is an unsettling mystery. Our biggest foe, Savathun, has our grandest tool, the light.
Okay.
It's paying off narrative threads that we planted way back in Destiny 1.
I'm here to protect humanity.
How do we stop this?
The stakes in the universe are rising, and it's the greatest challenge that we've ever faced.
We're shedding that dogma of light equals good, darkness equals bad. We're really entering the mists and trying to discern what's in front of us and what's lurking just underneath the surface.
What is your truth now?
There are a lot of bombshells in the Witch Queen narrative. And that's just scratching the surface of what we're going to get into this year.
Nice.
Witch Queen and Season of the Risen is chapter 1 and the beginning of the end for the Light and Darkness saga.
We're really getting to the core of what it means to be a guardian. We are looking at and asking big questions about the light and darkness.
We have a big bad that we've been anticipating for a really long time coming back in the form of Savathun.
Savathun's had a hand in most of the major conflicts that we've been involved with.
We've heard about Savathun for years and just bits and pieces,
Yeah.
and then like you see it slowly building over seasons until we come to this huge critical point.
Savathun's no longer just someone you hear about.
She's not just interfering in little ways. She's now ready to take center stage.
Alright. Can't wait to see him do it.
2, 3. Savathun, she's larger than life. We wanted to make her feel imposing and very regal and dancing through motion in some way.
The light offers us a fresh start.
She's very manipulative. She is very ethereal, but she also has like that creepiness to her as well.
She promised she'd help us out with this pyramid ship problem that's coming our way. But the reality of the situation is Savathun is only on Savathun's side. We've outlived our purpose, and it is to Savathun's benefit to wipe us off that chessboard.
Ada Bree's back!
She's lived
Ada
among
Bree
us.
has come back.
She has played us for fools. She knows us inside and out. And she's been a step ahead of us, like, the whole way. So how do you beat someone like that?
It isn't too late.
By being unpredictable.
Still be forgiven. Be careful.
I'll hold you to it.
In order to beat Savathun, you need to understand Savathun.
Okay. I want to understand
Her throne world
Savathun.
is a manifestation of Savathun's own personality, which is in Witch Queen going through a transformation through the light.
She has these areas that she's kind of trying to shun and push away. For the old hive areas, it's much more atmospheric, it's very dense, it's very claustrophobic, it's spooky.
Ooh, what was that portal in the background?
Then when you make your way into the Lucent Hive area, it's a lot more open and broad. It's definitely brighter, it's definitely more lively.
We want people to look at it like an impressionist painting, something that's very pretty from far away, but as you get closer, it's not really what it seems. It's very unsettling.
Textures within textures.
You're looking at shapes, you're looking at these things within the world, and you're not entirely sure what they are, and you have to get close and you have to investigate.
What's really going to be exciting for players is that they're going to get to play that part of psychic detective, trying to solve the many mysteries of the throne world.
I want to be a psychic detective.
Witch Queen campaign, I think, is probably the most ambitious campaign we've made in a very long time.
Oh my god, what is that shirt? I love it.
We're building the definitively Destiny campaign.
I'm not even a fashion guy, I like that shirt.
The journey you can find in exotic missions, or the mechanics you might find in a dungeon.
You have to kind of think your way through. You have to figure out, like, hey, what do I need to do next in order to get to the end of this?
We've got Savathun, right? The Queen of Lies. So this campaign is full of surprises.
Savathun has all these abilities, and you got to make sure that all of the abilities of the bosses would be something worthy of her. And as I kept thinking about this, you know, I felt like I was really becoming Savathun.
Sorry, I've got such a stuffy nose.
We've also added the legendary difficulty, which is
called
Become Legend.
Yes.
It's not for the faint of heart.
Give me that. Give me that.
It's going to be frustrating, almost like teeth gnashing, but when you get through those encounters, you're going to feel like really accomplished.
What?
Double rewards.
What's this little
As people
blob?
who have worked on raids and dungeons before,
You see
being able
that?
to broaden that experience for any kind
That's
of
kind
player
of
who
weird.
comes in
Okay.
is really important.
Must be a developer tool.
If the Witch Queen is the psychic detective fantasy and journey, then Season of the Risen is that same detective throwing on their flak jacket and defending Earth from the Hive Guardians and the Lucent Hive and Savathun herself.
And I see it because I like the Risen thing.
Savathun shows up on our doorstep with the light. The first person to lend us help is Keitel.
Oh, cool.
You want us to hit them? I need us to hit them.
She's got this light suppressing technology that the Cabal were using in Season of the Chosen, and now she's going to help us use that against the Lucent Hive.
When you're working with Keitel, she has a different approach.
Keitel?
It's not about asking questions.
I thought it was. Is it Keitel? Keitel?
We don't really understand what happened when Savathun actually was able to take the light. So the campaign and Season of the Risen in many ways is about that story. Guardians need to stop Savathun's advance beyond the throne world. And Savathun poses an existential threat to everyone because she basically has an undead army.
Yeah. Wait. Undead army? Oh wait, well yeah, Guardians,
This isn't our
Guardian
first
Hive.
time
That makes
in
sense.
The game fighting other light bearers,
I was gonna say, did
but
she?
It is the first time that we'll be facing other
take a
light
cue from
bearers that
Nokris?
have much more relentless motives.
Oh, this is gonna be
When
so
you look at these Hive
badass.
Guardians, and when they do their abilities, you immediately make that connection. Like, oh, they are using my powers against me.
Yeah.
As soon as we see the knight pop its super and it has 2 shields, you immediately are like, oh yeah, I see that connection, and then it's like, and then you're like, it hits you with those things, and then you're dead, and it's just an amazing experience.
The Guardians themselves kind
Hell
of feel
no.
like a fire team that you're fighting
I'm gonna
against.
save my
You got every
super
class
just to pop it right
represented.
there.
The Acolyte, when that character casts, does very similar thing as the player, like the Arc Wizard. The sparks go out, it's ready to go. If you're not
I will
smart
test
about it,
my
if you're not
Kamehameha
paying
against
attention,
yours.
You are essentially going to have to play that fight over again.
If you're successful in taking down one of these Hive units that are wielding the light, you actually have to go up and kill their ghosts.
That was like one of my favorite things that we were able to do in this game, is just that moment where you crush the ghost.
It's kind of this
Yeah, that's gonna be
moral
badass
dilemma.
too.
A ghost is your companion, and now suddenly you have one in your hand and you're about to crush it.
The first time it happens, you're like looking at your hand like, I can't believe what I've just done. Am I doing this? Should I be doing this?
I have a ghost.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
what
This
was
is why I
that?
love Bungie.
Savathun and her Lucent Brood are the most dangerous enemies we've faced so far. And so we're going to need better, more powerful weapons and tools to fight against that threat.
We did a bunch of work
Awesome
early
sauce.
on looking at various different types of weapons we could add to the sandbox.
We wanted to introduce a special weapon archetype that was effective more at a middle range, but also had these kind of additional roles associated with it.
Yes, the glaive.
The glaive is a projectile weapon, and it is a shield, and it's a melee weapon.
We wanted to keep that experience in first person. It has an immediacy that you don't really get when you're using a sword because the camera is so much further back. Because this is also a projectile weapon with a slower moving projectile, the onus of skill on aiming these weapons is about leading and compensating for the speed of the projectile and anticipating it. If you're in a really difficult encounter and one of your teammates dies somewhere out in the open where you normally wouldn't be able to get to them, you can bring that shield up and actually get the revive and then fall back. Glaives originate
So wait, you can shoot with the shield up.
Savathun
I like
trying
that.
to steal
I do like
an
that.
extremely powerful weapon for her own use, and players will use the weapon crafting recipes that they find throughout the campaign in order to reconstruct this incredibly powerful and incredibly ancient weapon.
When you put together your glaive in the campaign, you just get a taste that that's what you want to do for the rest of the weapons that you get.
Weapon crafting lets you target a specific role and go and build that, and you know how long it's going to take you to get there, and you get exactly the thing that you want.
I really want to see what people do with it and like the feedback that we're gonna get and people sharing all of the things that they're doing with that new system.
You're creating your Guardian, and you want to be able to shape your Guardian into what you want them to be. And this gives us a great opportunity to continue to do that.
This is a really big season for weapons in particular. We've got 8 brand new
Hell
exotics.
yeah.
Estro Striga exotic submachine gun. This is something which Guardians have made, but it's modeled after weapons of sorrow, like Thorn and Touch of Malice. Fires swarms of tiny homing projectiles that land on a target and then explode in this poison burst. We have an exotic machine gun where the whole idea is be the Colossus. You can launch a barrage of up to 20 homing missiles.
It's a comical amount of projectiles on the screen.
We're doing an
Yes.
exotic glaive.
Yes, give me
each
that.
class this time, and the
Give me
exotic
that.
perks tied deeply into the
I want
mechanics
to
of the classes.
blow
We think they're going to be really
shit
cool additions
up.
to build crafting.
Oh my
The
god.
usual suite of raid weapons, destination activities.
It reminds me of the exotic
Count up
swords
this
back in the
morning, I
day.
think it's about 50 new weapons.
You're going to have 2 new exotic armor for each class, totaling 6, 1 stasis, 1 non-stasis. The Titan stasis exotic. Cast your barricade, and instead of, this Traveler's Light and the Rally Barricade, you create a giant wall of ice. Even though this thing is massive, you still get all the benefits of a Rally Barricade.
Oh, that's cool. That is cool.
Void exotic, we called them the Devouring Rift legs because we wanted Empowering Rift to feel like it had a place in endgame content the way that Healing Rift does.
Yes.
Empowering Rift doesn't heal you. Well, what if it did?
In season
Yeah, that's gonna
15,
be
you're gonna
sick.
see a massive revamp to the Void
That's gonna be
subclass
sick.
system across all 3 classes. This is a huge update and will allow players to build craft in ways that they've never done before.
One of the things we wanted to do is create a core set of verbs like we did with stasis.
Anyone can run suppressors now. I think that's the pretty cool
That's
thing
probably,
to be able
I'm
to
going to
do.
be running suppressor
Yeah.
grenade
Oh,
probably.
Yeah. They're gonna have
wanted
to
you
fight
feel
the.
like you were the energy vampire. Feel like you were the Night Stalker. Feel like you were that protector, that big Sentinel Titan. So you're gonna see
I'm the
things
Daywalker.
like Bastion, a new Titan aspect, where you take your big old Sentinel shield, slam it into the ground, and create this void barricade that's gonna apply overshield to you and your buddies.
My favorite aspect is probably Child of the Old Gods. As this warlock controlling space and time, I'm able to rip a hole into another dimension and then pull out this little sentient black hole. Whenever I target an enemy, my little black hole buddy is gonna fly over there and start draining their life force.
The Void 3.0 update
Bungie.
is really setting the stage for how we're
Bungie.
thinking about updating subclasses for the rest of the year.
We're gonna extend this philosophy
I mean,
to Solar and Arc.
I love
Solar
you.
obviously
Don't
is going
tell
to be
my
about burning,
wife.
but there's this other component to
love
Solar,
you.
and that's healing. Arc is all about chaining. It's all about lightning, direct attacks, quickness. We're gonna take the fantasies that you know and love today. We're gonna embellish them. So what you'll see is all of the new abilities, all the new actions you take, reinforce that to the core. Pretty excited about it.
Yeah, me too, buddy.
Which is very much the culmination of the last 6 to 7 years of just Destiny altogether. And really, this is starting the road to the final showdown. But things aren't necessarily just dark and light anymore. There's a lot more nuance in the game.
It's going to be a real fight. Players have something
I'm still
that they're
wondering,
really going to be
where's the
challenged
queen?
by.
Where's Queen Mara in all this?
I can't wait for everyone to find out what's been going on with Savathun. I'm excited.
Mm-hmm.
You Guardians are so clever.
I still think my theory about Mara is right.
From the throne world to the campaign to the customizable build crafting, it all comes together to make Destiny feel really new and fresh.
We've got more Destiny coming this year than any other year before. It's one of the most ambitious releases we've ever put together, and the team is firing on all cylinders.
I'm down.
Tell me, Guardian, what do you think you're going to do?
Oh, it's gonna be so badass. Alright. Okay. Alright, let's talk about this for a minute, huh? Mute it. Replay in the background. Alright, so I am very excited. I don't know about you, but I am. The glaive looks so cool. Like, the fact that you can use it as a shield, which I didn't even know before now. Yeah. Hate me if you want, but the fact that you can use it as a shield is fucking awesome. The fact that you can suppress. I mean, I can't wait to like use a suppressor nade as a warlock on one of these like light-filled hive, and then just walk up with the glaive and just start stabbing him in the fucking ass. You know what I'm saying? Like that. This is gonna be so fucking cool. But one thing I have to mention is I think my theory about Mara is still on point. I really do think it is. Because in all the cutscenes, the only time you see Mara is when she's touching Savathun's crystal. It's the only point. So there has to be a connection between what's going on and Mara. Has to be. And I do love the fact that we're also going back to Mars, which means they're bringing Anna Bray back. See, look, this is the only time you see her, and that's not even from Witch Queen. That has to be from that's a cutscene from this current season, or the last season, whatever. The Lost season of the Lost. Like that's from that cutscene. So where is she? Where is she in all of this? That's what I want to know. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe, tell me what the fuck you think, and we'll go back and forth on it. But other than that, have a great day. See you in the next stream.